The Merseyside derby, played at the legendary Anfield, was far more than just another match in the long list of battles between Liverpool and Everton. It was an afternoon charged with meaning, one of those occasions that can turn an ordinary player into a hero and rewrite the narrative of an entire season. The 2-1 victory kept Arne Slot's side with a perfect record in the Premier League. But what will truly linger in the memory of those who watched was the brilliant performance of Ryan Gravenberch. The young Dutchman didn't just play football, he mesmerised, dominated, and delivered a masterclass in how a modern midfielder should perform. From the very first minutes, it was clear that something different was happening. Gravenberch seemed to play on another wavelength, as if he had a privileged understanding of the game. At the 10-minute mark, he was rewarded with the opening goal, a powerful strike after receiving a pass from Salah. The celebration was explosive, not just for the scoreline, but for the symbolism. For a player who had finished last season without scoring a single goal, finding the net in a major derby showed that times had changed, and they had changed for the better. Shortly afterwards, at the 29th minute, came the play that cemented his performance as memorable. A pinpoint through ball that left Hugo Ekitike one-on-one with the goalkeeper. The striker made no mistake, doubling the lead and making Gravenberch the undisputed protagonist of the first half. It was as if every touch had a purpose, as if he were in perfect harmony with the spirit of the match. The statistics confirmed what the eyes had already noticed. He achieved nearly 84% passing accuracy, 5 tackles, 1 interception, 69 touches, and even 1 aerial duels. But more than the numbers, what truly impressed was his confidence. He played as if he owned the midfield, with a naturalness that had not been seen before. This self-assurance did not appear by chance. It is a direct result of Arne Slot's guidance. The Dutch coach took over Liverpool with the daunting task of succeeding Jurgen Klopp, an icon who transformed the club. From the outset, Slot made it clear that changes would come, including how to utilise Gravenberch. Under Klopp, the young midfielder had been assigned more defensive duties, often restricted to protecting the backline. Slot, however, recognised him as an offensive engine, a player capable of building play, attacking, and still recovering defensively. He was given freedom, space, and trust. The result? A reborn Gravenberch, with more goals, more assists, and more protagonism. The player himself didn't hide his gratitude. In a post-match interview, he said plainly, "The coach has given me confidence. Now we have more freedom in midfield. Before I was just a number 6, more withdrawn. Today, I can push forward and show my strength. I'm happy with that." Simple words, but they reflect the psychological impact of a coach who can see beyond mere statistics. This evolution did not go unnoticed. Peter Crouch, former striker and Liverpool legend, was emphatic. He has been Liverpool's best player this season, pure class. The way he breaks lines, moves around the box, and yet contributes defensively is incredible. Joleon Lescott, former Man City defender, added, "Even without goals, his ability to win back the ball and control the tempo is already exceptional. He's in great form." And when experts and icons speak, the European market listens. Real Madrid, always alert to young talent, has already expressed interest. According to Spanish newspapers, Xabi Alonso personally requested the signing of the Dutchman. It's not hard to understand why. Gravenberch offers precisely what modern football demands: technique, versatility, and intensity. Liverpool, who signed him for £34 million in 2023, now values him at no less than €75 million. But if he continues at this pace, that figure could easily surpass €100 million. For Richard Hughes, Liverpool's sporting director, this scenario is almost a dream. The executive who backed the signing of the player now sees his bet turn into a gold mine, not just for the market value, but for the sporting impact. It's no exaggeration to say that Liverpool under Arne Slot revolves around Gravenberch. He has become the link between defense and attack, the brain that thinks and the legs that execute.
This transformation also symbolizes the new Liverpool. If under Klopp the identity was defined by intensity and gegenpressing, Slot is building something different, a balanced, cerebral yet aggressive team. Gravenberch embodies this new philosophy, being the player who combines technique and discipline, creation and destruction. Fans have already started comparing him to past idols. Some see him as a new Jorginho Wijnaldum for his strength and tactical intelligence. Others recall Steven Gerrard for his ability to decide big matches. Of course, comparisons may seem premature, but one thing is certain. Gravenberch is forging his own path, and that path looks glorious. The most fascinating aspect is that this transformation did not come solely from tactical instructions. There is also an emotional component. Slot, the player's compatriot, communicates with him directly, almost in a paternal manner. This fosters mutual trust that goes beyond the pitch. Players, when they feel their coach's full confidence, transform, and Gravenberch is living proof of this. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Real Madrid is watching. Florentino Perez, accustomed to turning desires into reality, could attempt an approach in the next transfer window. But Liverpool, buoyed by the confidence that they hold a valuable asset, will hardly let him go easily. To take Gravenberch from Anfield, it will take far more than millions. It will require convincing a fan base that already sees him as a key piece of a new era. The season is still long, but the signs are clear. Liverpool wants to compete for everything. Premier League, Champions League, domestic cups. Nothing is beyond reach. And if they can keep Gravenberch healthy and confident, the Reds will not just have a standout player, but a competitive edge. The derby against Everton will be remembered as a turning point, the day Ryan Gravenberch ceased to be a prospect and became a reality. It was more than a game, it was a statement. The Dutchman showed the world he is ready to be a protagonist, and Liverpool in turn demonstrated that with Arne Slot in charge and Hughes behind the scenes, the future is brighter than ever. And perhaps the most exciting part is this: we are only at the beginning. If in just a few months Slot has transformed an inconsistent talent into a decisive star, what could he achieve in a full season? What else can Gravenberch deliver, and how far can Liverpool go with this renewed project? These are questions that keep fans restless, but with one certainty in their hearts, the future is promising and the new era has already begun. After this electrifying derby, I want to hear from you. What did you think of Ryan Gravenberch's performance? For many, he was not just decisive, but showed he could become Liverpool's new leading figure under Arne Slot. Is it time to compare him to idols like Wijnaldum or even Gerrard? Or is it too soon? And regarding Real Madrid's interest, do you believe he could really leave Anfield soon? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.